you so much for joining me. My name is Catherine, and you're here at Lady Wisdom Speaks. And here I want to just share with you wisdom's words, give you an opportunity to hear what God has to say, but also give you an opportunity to celebrate life. And so we want to look at those things that are good, those things that are beautiful, those things that are of what the Bible says, a good report. And we want to think on these things. Well, I have my flowers here in the garden, and they are beautiful and they fill me with joy. Every time I come out into the garden, I am just amazed at the beauty that surrounds me. So what I'm going to do today is share with you my garden. It's called Catherine's Garden and Home, and I have a YouTube channel, and there I show my garden. So I want to share my garden with you today, and let us reflect on the good things. Let's look at the beauty of the garden and enjoy it for this week as we transition from late summer into autumn. Soon we're going to see the leaves change, yes, and we're going to see the differences happening in the weather. But in the meantime, let us have a grateful heart and enjoy what we have right now. Yes, these little warm, nice, comfortable days in the month of September. Hello there, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home. I hope all is well with you. I hope that things are going well for you. Well, we have just been busy in the garden collecting and harvesting our different pumpkins and squash and winter squash, and our different fruits and vegetables. It's just been a wonderful thing. I've been able to go to the farmer's market and pick up peaches, which I do love, and soon we will be going apple picking. And I've been able to gather here many different winter squash too, to add to my table. And so it has been just a beautiful time of harvest. But also we just want to be grateful and have an attitude of gratitude as we continue to gather and put things together. So come with me out into the garden as I gather things and bring them back into the home to decorate the home for this time of harvest. And then as we move into Thanksgiving and into the holidays, that we will have an attitude of gratitude and thanksgiving for the harvest that we have been able to put together for this growing season as we start to wind down and move into fall and autumn, and also decorate for the season. Good morning, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home. I've made some changes here on this deck because I moved out the mums from the table, and there's some changes made to the garden. I finally have been able to go in and make the changes, and so now the deck has a different look, and it has even, I think, more of the season of autumn is being represented here in this centerpiece here on the deck. And I like it. I like the changes. The season's colors are so rich and bold and add a sense of festiveness, I think. It's festive. And the colors of orange and gold bring out the autumn season, the changes that are to come, even with more intensity as the leaves will be changing soon. So I'm going to put these mums here over in this section of the garden. I'm not going to remove the purple perella just yet because it's still looking very beautiful here. So that is my intention. And there are a lot of weeds here, but it's full. And soon the garden is going to be withering because the temperatures at night are getting so cool. So things are going to be dying back. But in the meantime, I just want to add some color right here because it is what we see first when we're coming down the stairs. We get to see this section here. So I'm going to just put the mums here in the ground. Underneath this ground there are some tulips already there, some tulip bulbs, and later on in the season I'm hoping to get some more tulip bulbs to put there. I don't know, I might be a little late, but if I can, I'll get another, at least 1 or 2 bags to beef up this bed. But last year I did put a lot of bulbs in. This section is looking fairly decent. And so I'm not sure if I'm going to put those mums into the ground because there are tulips there. But we may just add some mulch later on and maybe also some more smaller mums. I'm not sure. But this bed is looking fairly good. I really like how it looks. It's full and nice, and it has the zinnias and the caladiums are still looking really good. I love this right here. That is so beautiful. That makes the bed. This little section here. And then if I back up, you can see it with the mums. With the mums and the purple perella. You can see the zinnias, and in the background there, another caladium, which is just so special. And then right here, there are butterflies flying around here. They just love this patch. You see the butterfly? Yeah, they just love this patch of zinnias. They are in love with the zinnias, and I am too. I love how they look, and I love how they've come out. They're looking so pretty, and these mums are just doing a great job here of holding down the fort, I think, with the caladiums. It's kind of bright out because it is late in the evening and the sun is shining, so that's why you can see my shadow. I'm going to see if I can get these mums in now, and then I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. We also have some mums that we're going to put on this side too, because the impatiens have died back. So we're going to add some color here with the mums as well, in the midst of the mint and also the lanium. So pretty out here. And we just want to make it a little bit more beautiful. So I think that's how I'm going to arrange it. I'm going to put them in like this, and then I think that should look good. So this is what I have so far. That's all of the debris that I gathered from this area, and I think that it came out pretty good. When you look at it here, it's kind of neat but yet full, and when I'm walking down from the steps, this is the first thing that I will see, and I think it looks very, very pretty, and it's in keeping with the coloring of our garden, which happens to have turned out to be that of a purple cream lilac color garden. That seems to have been the theme color for this year. So I think it came out pretty good. I'm very pleased with the mums, and the soil is so good. This soil is full of compost, so it's very rich, and I think that the mums are going to love it here. So I finished on this side and worked on that, and that is looking pretty decent there. So I decided to work on this side. Now this side is pretty full with different things, and so I decided that at least when I come out, if I look at this area, that would be inspiring. Now the back of the bed needs some work on, but this front area here, where we have the rhododendron, we have the dying back of the bee balm, and this whole texture, it's just going to be nice with the purple perilla that's now fading in color. It's actually a pot that I dropped into this bed to add some fullness to it, and I really like how this area looks with the Lanium that is growing out here, which is really good. So I think just adding these mums here would make a difference in this bed. So that's what I'm doing. I'm digging the hole. I already got started. I started cleaning up before I remembered to put on the camera so that you could see what I'm doing. But this is what I'm doing here, and we have mulch there that we will be able to mulch this area, and mulch the other parts of the ground. Even though it is compost, which is a good mulch also, I do like the wood chip mulch in the fall, because it helps to keep the ground warm, and hopefully it will allow the plants to last a little bit longer. But so far it just looks really good, even before I'm finished. So let me finish up here, and then we can look at it again. So what I've done is I've dug a hole here, and I'm going to just pot them in and put them into these two spots here. The others I've already planted in, but let me just get that done, then we'll look at it again. So I made the hole a little deeper so that I can just pop it in there. And so what I'm going to do is just take it out of the pot. I gotta put back on my gloves. I took off my gloves. All right, so here we go. Here's the plant. Just pull it out, and they're not that root bound. They look pretty good. Plus, I don't expect them to do a whole lot of growing right now. Maybe a little bit of growing, but not a whole lot. Just cover it around, and then just make sure that it's pressed in really well into the ground. Pull it up and press it in. All right. So that's one. That's looking pretty good. Let's work on the next one here. All right, so here it is in the pot. I'm going to just pop it out, put it in here. And you want to find the front of it in a sense, because you want to make sure that the flowers are coming out towards you. And I'm just going to press it down in the back there. And then just pull this soil up and around it, and then press it down in some more. And when I water it in, that will make sure that the soil would be firm around the plant. That's why it's important to water it in afterwards. But for right now, we just want to get a feel for it. So that's it. I guess this one could have been a little bit closer to that, but I think it's fine because we have like a piece of this. You can let some of this Lanium kind of droop down like that to fill in that gap and give it a little flare. But that's it. That's it for now anyway for this side. And I think what we will do, as I said, is possibly mulch it down, because we have the bag of mulch. I see it there. We'll probably mulch it down. Plus I have the rest of the bed to finish. But at least when I'm coming down the stairs, I am going to see something really beautiful. So let's try it out. All right. So I'm coming down the stairs, and first thing that I see is this, which is so nice. Then when I turn my head, I see that bed of color, and then I turn again and I see this bed filled with the beautiful mums. And the good thing about these mums, because the buds haven't opened up yet, it's gonna last longer and it'll have more color than the others. The others may fade a little quicker, but this will still have color. And that is why I put this one in here, because I believe that this one in the pot will anchor this bed even when these mums fade. You'll still get some richness of color here. So that's the work for today with the mums. And I have one other section that I have to work on. Remember that I also placed the yellow mums in the pot here, and they are doing very well. I love this here in this pot. It's just like a pop of color that just comes out. And then the other one on the other side is also there, that is adding a pop of color on this side. To work on will be this section, but not today. I think I've done enough for one day. And this is the section with the dahlias that are about to fade, but it's gonna look good when we work on it. I decided to work on this. It's hard when you get started to not continue. So I cleared out the impatiens somewhat, and so now I'm going to like freshen the bed a little bit, and then I'm going to put in these smaller mums into this area, and we probably will, as I say, mulch it over so that it looks good. Now my dahlias are still, the dahlias are still blooming here, and I need to actually cut them back because they have some fresh bulb buds here, but some of the buds are spent, like this one for example, and this one over here. See that one? But many of them are looking really good, and I have some fresh ones opening up now. So really pretty. So I think that this is going to look good here. Let me see. See, this color is very close to this. Now doesn't that look good together? Monochromatic. And of course the green is the opposite color. So if I put one here, see if it'll stay up. And that is a vinca. Then I have the begonias that I planted earlier that were smothered by the impatiens, but now they're coming up looking really good. This is a weed. Looking really good. Then I have another one here that I can put in right about here. Yeah, so I have that one there, maybe over a little bit. And then I will disperse these cream ones. I really love this. So pretty. You see this? I don't know if it's focusing. Do you see that? Isn't that beautiful? So it'll have a nice bloom here. And I think if I just like pop them in here, scattering them throughout this bed area. That it's going to look really, really sweet. And then my husband can come through and mulch it. So like the black mulch with it will look so nice, I think. Now this one is more of the reddish color, the maroony color. I'm gonna put this one over here. Now look at my kale. Kale's doing pretty good. You see the kale? I planted these by seed. This one looks real nice. I was just experimenting to see how they do in different parts of the garden. And this kale, the dinosaur kale, is tough. I have some of the curly kale over here that grew back from, or was here from last year. And it's still there, but not like the dinosaur kale. That dinosaur kale looks good. All right, so this is the idea. So let me get busy and work on this, and then I'll show you when I'm finished. So this is what it looks like so far. As I said, I believe we're going to mulch this down so that it is complete, but it looks really good here so far. So what I need to do is to I need to deadhead these dahlias so that they look crisp. But I did trim up the dinosaur kale there, and I think that this looks good here in a line. Now, as I said, my begonias now will get a little more air. I think they will stand out now because they're not smothered, and they'll look really good. So I think this is pretty good. I'm happy with what I've done so far. Yeah. By the way, I picked this pumpkin from my garden. And I just wanted to share this with you. This is definitely a sign of autumn, because we know that now's the time that people are getting their pumpkins together. And I'm thinking about making a pumpkin pie and getting ready for this harvest season by collecting all of my pumpkins and winter squash and storing them. Isn't it beautiful? So I'm going to just cut this pumpkin in half. Wow, that's what it looks like inside. You can see all those seeds too. So I'm going to scrape out the seeds, and I might just roast these seeds, and we'll have pumpkin seeds as well. I ran out of pie crust, and so I decided I'm going to try out my own pie crust. So I had some almonds left back, and I had butter, flour, and I just kind of mixed it together and created this like crumble with some sugar as well, and put it at the bottom of the pie pan, and it's going to become my own creation. So I just put it together. I'm lining the bottom. I'm going to add the pumpkin puree. Within the puree, I'm going to put sweet condensed milk, some cinnamon, salt, and a little bit of this ground cloves just to give that pumpkin-y flavor. So we'll see what it tastes like. It's something new, something different. And if I'm the only one eating it, fine. But I believe it's going to taste good with some ice cream on top. So let me get busy. So I put the pumpkin puree in the bowl, and now I'm going to add this can, 14 ounces of sweetened condensed milk inside. In it goes. Wow, that's pretty. So I've added in the milk, and I'm mixing it up with the pumpkin. Now I'm going to add in some cinnamon and also some of these other ingredients. I think a tablespoon would be good. So it could be real cinnamony. But I'm only going to add just a little bit of clove, just one little dash. Yeah, that's enough. Then some salt. I think that's enough salt too. So that's what it looks like. It smells delicious. If anything, it smells good. So I'm just going to mix this up and blend it in real nice, and then put it in the pie plate. The oven is already on. So this is what we have here. The mixture, the pumpkin filling mixture. This is what we have here, the pumpkin filling, and it's inside of my original pie crust. And I'm going to pop it in the oven at 375. Let it bake for about an hour or so, and we will see what comes out. I believe it's going to taste good. It's going to be different, and it has to taste good because it already tastes, the filling tastes delicious with the condensed milk, the puree, and all of the different seasonings. I put in the cinnamon, but I also added some ginger in it too, just to give it a little kick. And I think it's going to taste good, especially with some vanilla ice cream on top. Everything tastes good with vanilla ice cream on top. This is going to taste good too. Well, let's put it in, and we'll wait and see for the results of this original pumpkin pie. Well, I've completed the pie. It is done. Hello and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home. It's so good to be here with you today. I hope that all is well with you. Well, I am so excited about today, even though it is kind of foggy and wet outside. I'm able to look out my kitchen window and the view is spectacular because everything, it looks so fresh and moist and abundant and blessed. Yeah, my garden looks so good from the kitchen window view. And so let's take a look at that. Thank you so much for coming by to visit with me today. And I hope that you won't leave without subscribing and hitting that like button. Yeah, give me a thumbs up. And then also make sure that you share my videos with others. let them know of the beauty of Catherine's garden and home. And it is my delight to be able to share with you my garden. So make sure that you subscribe and come back and visit me here. But in the meantime, let's just take some pictorial views of my garden from the window. And I want you to see what I see, the beauty that awaits me every morning, which fills my heart with joy. So come with me as we take a look at the garden from a higher viewpoint, as I call it, an upper look from the deck. After a late summer rain, my deck is looking pretty good. It's almost like it's got a washing and cleansing. And things are just looking really fresh here on my deck. I love how this potted area is so full and lush. The plantings are blooming and just keeping everything alive here. When I look out on the deck, I am filled with joy every morning to see how things are growing and developing and coming to their full potential, especially these cannas. They had a slow beginning, but they have shown up and shown out so well here in the garden. My aunt gave me these 3 different Rose of Sharon shrubs, and I just have to figure out where I'm going to put them. They were planted from her garden, from seed, and she put them in the pots, and now I just have to decide what I need to do next with them. I'm thinking of actually putting them in pots and letting them grow out in the pot before I put it in the landscape. But then at the same time, I'm feeling like I need to put them in the landscape. I'm not sure. But for right now, they're part of the deck life. I am so pleased with everything. I love these perennials. And the impatiens don't seem to want to stop blooming. Everything is just growing really well. I like how the sedum has shown up exactly as I wanted them to, and to be in the pot here. And I like how they blend so well with the begonias. I'm amazed at how this fig tree each week, as I take a look at it, is growing so big and tall, looking pretty good. Yes, the leaves are kind of chartreuse, but that's okay. This canna is flowering really well, and it has 2 stalks now, and a 3rd on the way. At least I thought that was. But I think there are more coming. Look at that. Now, the thought is, how am I going to save them? I want to save them this year. I don't want to allow them to just wither away in the pot. So that's something that I'm going to have to look into. They're so beautiful. My basil has been good. I've been eating it and it's revived each time, coming back time and time again as I snip it off and put it in my foods and make tea with it and different things. And so it's a good thing. It's a good thing. And my wonderful Japanese maple tree here has been gracing the deck and looking pretty decent. I mean, sometimes I'm wondering if that's the end of it, but it keeps on looking green and gaining new fresh leaves. So I'm happy for it. Happy to have it on the deck. I'm hoping to get some fresh cushions because these cushions have done their duty and it's like 2 years in, but I just love the coloring. And now's a good time actually to go and see if I can get some on clearance for next year. That's a task that I'm going to do soon. I think I'll have fun shopping. And my rose bush, Eden Climbing Rose. I am so amazed with this rose bush that it has just sprawled out here and gained new fresh leaves. Look at this. And it is flowering, blooming again. So beautiful. And because it's up here on the deck area, I get to see it in the morning too and enjoy it. I feel so blessed to have this garden. It really, truly is a blessing. Because it rained last night, the garden is looking very moist and clean and fresh, and the soil here is dark and rich. My husband went through and he actually just dug up some of the compost that we had created in that back bed, and he scattered it throughout the garden beds here, freshening them up. So they look so good, especially from this vantage point on the deck. My yellow mums are holding up, and just exactly what I needed in those pots that I put there. It really anchors the garden. We know where the center of it is. It's a good thing. And my dahlias. They came through. I'm so amazed at that because I thought that they wouldn't. I wasn't sure, but they did come through, and I still have them. It's a beautiful thing. I'm just feeling very happy and very grateful for this garden, and I know that it is a gift of God, a gift from God to me, and I am thankful. I'm just feeling this very strong sense of gratitude this morning. And I'm liking it. I'm liking this feeling of gratitude. This attitude of gratitude is so potent. And it just fills my heart with a lot of joy. And I'm very happy about it. Looking down at the garden, I'm able to see the beauty of all of the different spaces and locations from the house. It is such a wonderful thing to see that spot of brightness and joy. So I want to share it with you. So come with me as we look at that and enjoy the garden. Looking at the garden from this elevated level just makes me feel so happy. Yeah, we're doing some work on the house. That's why the ladder's there. But this is the tea garden right here. And I've allowed it to become overgrown. But I love looking out the window and seeing it. It's just so lush and beautiful from this vantage point. I can see the different vines just trailing through. I'm a little sad because this lemon queen shrub has now gone to seed. But yet I still have my marigolds. What a great investment. $1 a box from the Dollar Tree has produced all these beautiful blooms for this time. My corn was so tasty. And the tomatoes continue to produce. And my fig tree, I need to go and pick those figs. It's starting to ripen now. And then when I look at my pleasure here, the jewel garden and how it has changed and what it can become for next year, I'm so excited to see these shrubs then develop into beautiful, beautiful, big, full flowering shrubs like my rose bushes and the hydrangeas. And also the hibiscus. I think I'm going to put the Rose of Sharon plants that I got from my aunt over here in this area. That will be one more beautiful shrub for this time period, late summer. And soon I'm going to discover where all those pumpkins are, and squash, and winter squash are in that bed. But for right now, I'm just enjoying my garden from this vantage point. I am definitely excited about my naturalistic garden look here. It is definitely full and lush and beautiful. Look at the zebra grass. Definitely, this is its time to shine. So beautiful. I just love this morning light. Everything just looks so good. So it's misty, like a little foggy. Check out these zinnias. Definitely gotta save the seeds. Well, if you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. What are you doing in your garden? I hope that all is going well with you. And see you next time right here in Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow, 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 grow together. Have a great day. Bye. Thank you so much for watching at Lady Wisdom Speaks Academy. And I hope that you have been blessed by the beauty of the garden. Let me bless you. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May His face shine upon you. May He continue to fill you with this peace. Lady Wisdom says that you are wonderful. You are beautiful. You're God's gift to the world. So go on out there and shine. Let the whole world know that Jesus Christ is Lord. And see you next time right here at Lady Wisdom Speaks. Have a great day. Bye.